The war on drugs is costing the United States a fortune. Despite an emphasis on treatment and prevention programs, the Obama administration's 2013 budget requested over $25 billion in federal spending to fight the war on drugs. And when you combine state and local spending on everything from drug-related arrest to prison to drug war costs, the American taxpayer pays $51 billion per year and has cost the nation $1 trillion over the past 4 decades. But as HuffPost national reporter Matt Sledge writes, public attitudes on the war on drugs are dramatically shifting as well and may soon be affecting policy decisions in Washington. Over 50% now people agree we need to legalize marijuana. This really all goes back to the economy and just common sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and to simple generational replacement. So this big headline number from the Pew poll last week was that 52% of Americans now support legalizing marijuana. And,
the first time it's ever been above 50%.
Yeah, first time ever above 50% in a Pew poll. And there have been kind of, incremental increases. 2 or 3% more people every year support this. And, what experts tell me is that that's because of simple generational change. Younger people are much more likely to have smoked pot themselves or to have known a friend who did so, and they're much more likely to agree that it's not a moral issue.
Well, and beyond the generational consensus is being able to look back at the last few years, and we now have 350,000 people in state or federal prison that were convicted on a drug charge. The cost of it is so expensive. So you have to sit back and say, does this all make sense at the end of the day? Or is it really worth paying the price?
Right. And
not to mention the crime involved.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, when somebody smoked marijuana themselves, or they know somebody who has, they're a lot less likely to think of that as a crime we should be sending people to jail for. Obviously,
look, I'm someone, I'll admit, I've never smoked marijuana actually, but you think if someone gets caught one time in their life, how hard is it to get a job from that? The stigma associated with someone that has ever been caught with marijuana, that changes their life.
It's not just marijuana, that's not, what a lot of people in state or federal prison are in for. It's usually not, for smoking one joint or something like that. It's usually for being involved in dealing or transporting or other drugs like cocaine. But one of the things I hint at in my piece is that shifting attitudes in marijuana probably presage shifting attitudes towards all drugs and towards the war on drugs.